Hello friends, today I am going to talk about ensemble learning. Ensemble learning is a machine learning technique that aggregates two or more learners, decision trees, regression models, and neural networks in order to produce better predictions. In other words, an ensemble model combines several individual models to produce more accurate predictions than a single model alone, and it helps in robustness also. Ensembling learning Ensemble learning rests on the principle that a collection of learners yields greater overall accuracy than an individual learner. Indeed, research supports its efficacy with machine learning models and convolutional neural networks. There have been a lot of studies, a lot of research works on ensemble learning. Why use ensemble learning? By combining several diverse models, ensemble algorithms can yield a lower overall error rate while retaining each individual model's own complexities and advantages, such as notably low bias and specific data subset. When we go for minimizing the error, lowering the error, we go for ensembling. Ensemble learning techniques can help resolve issues stemming from high-dimensional data and so effectively serve as alternative to dimensional reduction. This is one of them. It helps in dimensional reduction. Research suggests that ensembles comprise of diverse under-regularized models, that is, models that overfit to the training data, outperform single regularized models. These are some observations on ensembling learning. Types of ensemble models: we have parallel methods, train each base learner apart from the others of the others. Per its name, then parallel ensembles train base learners in parallel and independent of one another. Sequential methods train the new base learners so that it minimizes errors made by the previous model trained in the preceding step. In other words, sequential method construct base model sequentially in stages. So one is parallel method where the learners are trained parallelly, and another is sequential method. This is a bit complicated. It helps you minimize the error of the previous model. Parallel methods and sequential methods. Then how to combine the final results? The answer is voting. Majority voting considers each base learner's prediction for a given data instance and outputs a final prediction determined by whatever the majority of learners predict. For instance, in a binary classification problem, majority voting takes predictions from each best classifier for a given data instance and uses the majority prediction as the end prediction. Weighted majority voting is an extension to this technique that gives greater weight to certain learners' predictions over others. Those type of fine-tunings are available. Then some techniques. Ensemble learning techniques. One is bagging, where we start with the training data, then bootstrap samples are created out of the training data and are fed to learner 1, learner 2, learner 3. Individual predictions are done, and the majority voting gives the final prediction. So that's ensemble prediction, and this method is called bagging. This is the simplest one. Then we have stacking. So same data is fed to learner 1, learner 2, learner 3, learner 4. Predictions are gathered, and there is a meta learner, which could be a majority voting, which could be another machine learning model to combine the results from the individual learners to give the final prediction. So that's stacking. Then we have boosting. Boosting is a bit difficult. So we have training data that is fed to model 1 and that makes incorrect predictions as well as correct predictions. Information of incorrect predictions is used to give weights to the data. This is called weighted data. The information is taken back as a feedback, and the weighted data is fed to the model 2. Then again the information from the incorrect predictions are taken in the form of weighted data. It's a bit of study to know how the incorrect predictions are used to weight the data. So that is stacking, and then the information is fed to model number n, and then we get the final predictions, which is incorrect predictions and correct predictions. So that is called stacking. Then we have adaptive boosting. Adaptive boosting weighs model errors, that is, when creating a new iteration of a dataset for training the next learner, the boost adds weight to the previous learner's misclassified sample, causing the next learner to prioritize those misclassified samples. So this is sort of a stacking method, and we have just now talked about adaptive boosting, where the incorrect predictions are fed into the data, putting weights to the data to help the model learn about the misclassifications. Then we have gradient boosting. Gradient boosting uses residual errors when training new learners. Rather than weight misclassified samples, gradient boosting uses residual errors from a previous model to set target prediction for the next model. In this way, it attempts to close the gap of error left by one model. So that is gradient boosting. I talked about it in our last week's session. Recent research. For instance, several recent studies show promising results with improving model generalizability using ensembling methods for computer vision tasks, such as training several models with different representations of a dataset or combining several biased models. Despite ensemble methods' ability to improve generalizability, they nevertheless can suffer unfairness. In machine learning, fairness denotes attempts to alleviate algorithmic bias, often against minority groups in automated systems, usually resulting from learners trained or sensitive data. A handful of studies propose matrix preprocessing and post-processing techniques for improving fairness in ensemble models. Continued efforts to improve fairness and ethical practices in AI remain a much needed area for further research. So not only in technicalities, but in ethics and fairness, we use ensemble learning. This entire talk is based on this IBM article. Why is ensembling learning? This is the basis of the talk. Thank you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I am available for one-to-one sessions too. Thank you.